Graham, are you happy with where the offense is at right now as you're taking the lid off camp?
Yeah, I think we have a lot more depth right now, a lot more healthy bodies, so that helps. And we're just further along, obviously, in the spring because we've had spring, and so it makes it fun. I think the guys, they have a good grasp of what we're trying to accomplish. We have a smart group. We can do a lot of stuff, and it's pretty easy for them. So, like I said, I think we're in a good spot, and we just got to keep growing.
Health-wise, everybody get through the day fine? Anything, anybody get nicked up?
No, I think that, like I said, we have more bodies than we've ever had out here, so that makes it fun. You can, this spring we were a little low on bodies, and so it made it hard to practice at times and really get what you were trying to get accomplished. Right now, we're deep at almost every position. A lot of guys playing at a high level because I think competition creates everyone playing better, and so when you got more people out there, I think the level of competition rises, and when that happens, like I said, I think everyone's play rises. And so it's been a good 2 days. Obviously, we got to stay healthy and continue to grow. But if those things happen, I think we have a chance to do some really good things.
What have you seen from Bennett through the first 2 days since he wasn't here this spring?
He's done some good things. He's done some bad things. Just like I mean, you can say that for all of them, but especially guys when it's their first practice in a new scheme. I think the first team period yesterday, he was just a little bit hesitant, you know what I mean? Because it's his first practice ever with us. You're getting used to the practice schedule. You're getting used to what we're doing offensively. And so he, I think there was a little bit of hesitation. And then as the day went on, and I thought he got a lot better yesterday. And then I think, that'll just get because of the comfort level, I think his play will just continue to grow.
You guys brought in 2 receivers with college experience, Jamal Adrian and Jaden Dixon-Field. What have you seen from those 2 guys?
You got 2 really explosive players and guys that are capable of making explosive plays. I think the most important thing is just continue to learn the offense, just like all the new guys. And the more and more comfortable they get, the less, the more hesitation that we can eliminate. They're just going to make one big play after the next. And both those guys have the potential to make big plays. They both played at the college level. So the college game is not new to them. And like I said, now it's just getting super, super comfortable with what we're doing. And when that happens, you're just going to see one big play after the next out of those 2 guys because they're really explosive players.
Do you anticipate Bennett being that QB2?
We'll see. We'll see what we're 2 practices in. He's done some good things, and like I said, he's done some things that haven't looked good too, just like all of them. And so, as the camp continues to roll, I think that like at the other position I was talking about with competition, I think that people begin to separate themselves. So when that happens, they'll always get more reps.
How do you see the line sorting out, Graham? You got a lot of new people up front from the portal.
Yeah, I think that, just like all the other positions I just talked about, like, it's making everyone play a little harder and a little better, because if you're not playing well, there's someone right behind you that wasn't there this spring. Like this spring, we were like 1 deep. This fall, we're a lot more than 1 deep. So if you don't play well, there's someone behind you coming for you. And so, we got to figure out the best 5 and the best combination of where they fit, and then try to develop chemistry amongst those 5. I think that's going to be the most important thing early on in camp. We're going to get a lot of people reps. Hopefully we can, people begin to separate themselves when that happens. We can get a lot of reps with the 5 guys that we think give us the best chance to win.
What is your vision for this offense?
I think that the sky's the limit with us right now. I think we have a lot of players that can make plays, and we want to go. We want to be explosive. We want to score points, and I think that, like I said, with some of the talent we have out there, we have the potential to do that, and so it could be fun. We just have to, like I said, continue to grow and stay hungry, and if we continue to improve, I think we have the chance to be a really good offense.
Talk about the competition for backup quarterback. Just kind of assess Ryan and Kyle, some of those other guys that are in there trying to earn reps and earn playing time.
Yeah, I think that, kind of like I said about Bennett, there's been good, there's been bad. The most important thing is there's got to be more consistency every day, and like you can't have good and bad. It's got to be, you got to consistently do your job. You know what I mean? And so I think all 3 of those guys, that's going to be the most important thing, because when they do things well, they have the ability to make plays. but when they don't do the job at the quarterback position, it can be terrible. You know, it can cost you games. And so at that position, consistency and doing your job, I think you got to do it at a really, really high level to have a chance to win. And that's what we got to get out of, you know, all of those QBs, you know, throughout the camp and going into the season.
And what's the ideal run-pass balance for you? Like 60-40 pass run? Is there a ratio that's ideal for you?
We don't ever really talk about what's the ideal ratio. You know, I think that the most important thing is to make sure all your playmakers are touching the football, whether they be in the backfield, whether they be, you know, receivers. You know, Hudson's an elite athlete himself, so I think getting the most explosive ball carriers the football is going to be our most important job, and those are going to be times where the guy that needs to touch the ball the most is in the backfield. And I think that the run-to-pass ratio, you know, there may be a lot more running. And then there's been years and times where we've been really explosive on the perimeter, and you got to find ways to get those guys the ball. And so, you know, the pass percentage goes up. But, you know, like I said, I think it comes down to who needs to touch the ball. Like in North Texas, I know we had Jeffrey Wilson, who's still playing in the NFL, and we ran it more than we threw it because we needed to give that guy the ball a lot, you know. And so, like I said, I think your personnel dictates that a little bit.
Graham, as you guys start to take the team over from the strength staff that had them most of the offseason, do you guys have someone with row staff that just works with the quarterbacks and trying to develop quarterback?
Austin does a lot. He you know, I think all the strength staff works with them, but when they have to separate off, you know, if the quarterback's going to do something different than the rest of the squad, Austin works with them, and he's done an incredible job. And I think that with the whole team, that strength staff has been unbelievable. Really developed our team, made us better, definitely throughout the summer, throughout those 8 weeks. And you know, I think that our strength staff, and I've been around some pretty good ones, but they do it as well as anyone I've been around, and especially at the quarterback position. I think they have a plan in developing the quarterback. They, like I said, they think about it. They put a lot into it, and like I said, when they have to do something different, Austin takes them and really works on developing those guys. And I think you're seeing benefits from it. And like I said, I think that staff did as good of a job as I've ever seen in an 8-week, you know, summer cycle.
What are the benefits of having somebody like Austin that just works with them from time to time?
Yeah, I think you can train things that other people won't train, and you develop them specifically for their play. And like I said, the quarterback position's a lot different than a lot of positions on the football field. Obviously, they do a lot of the same training as the rest of the team, just basic athleticism, but there's also things that they need to do that other guys might not be doing quite as much. And so having a guy that, Austin played quarterback, and so a guy that's played it, that knows the demands of the position and knows the value of strengthening certain body parts or certain systems really helps. And like I said, I think that our quarterbacks would tell you, and I think that we do as good of a job as anyone developing the quarterback's body to be ready to play the game of football. And so, you know, like I said, we're excited about it. I think they've done a heck of a job down there.
Talked about this in the spring, but just the value of tight ends, and then especially the tight ends you have. How much will those guys be utilized? You know, blocking, passing. Mentioned getting the best guys the ball, and some of those guys are pretty good ball carriers.
Oh yeah, those guys are really, really good. And we were blessed to take over a pretty good tight end room, and then, you know, we had George to it, who I think has a chance to be a really good football player too. And so those guys are really good playmakers in this offense. They bring a ton of value because they have a really, really important role in the pass game and in the run game. And they're playing at a really high level right now, and I think that they've been playing at a really high level ever since the spring. And a lot of it is kind of like what I was talking about earlier. Competition makes everyone raise the level of play, and that room's been pretty deep even in the spring. And so they've all had to play at a high level, or someone else is coming around behind them playing at a high level, and they can see it. So since the spring, they've been playing at a high level. I think all we've done is make the room even better, getting George. So that's just, that room's going to continue to elevate, and they're going to have a big role in what we do this fall.
Is there anything in particular we want to see from Hudson Card over these next few weeks?
Probably just what I talked about earlier with the rest of the group. He's been a pretty consistent player, but just consistently doing his job over and over and over and over and over. He's got the ability to do anything. I mean, he throws it at an elite level. He can run the football at an elite level. He's athletic. He can throw off different platforms. He can do a lot of things really, really well. If he plays really consistently, he'll give us a chance to win every night. And so that's what we're going to work on. Continue to get him reps. Continue to get him used to playing with a bunch of different receivers, get on the same page with those guys, and then just consistently do his job at a really high level. And when he does that, like I said, he'll give you a chance to win every week.
You guys are not going to huddle up. It's going to be no huddle, go, go, go.
We'll see. Yeah, and we like to play fast at times, so there'll definitely be some no huddle, but there may be times where we kind of huddle to slow it down as well. But you know, we like to play with the tempo, and there'll definitely be no huddle at times, and there'll be huddles at times, probably. Hopefully to keep teams off balance.
How much left is just fine-tuning what you do versus installing things for the next month before you play Fresno State?
Oh, I think that, you know, still being in year one, you got to, I mean, the emphasis right now is just on getting better as a football team, getting used to each other, and fine-tuning what you do. And then as you start to see your team grow, then you'll start to install and figure out the rest. But, you know, especially early on, the most important thing is, like, let's get good at what we do. Let's do it at a really, really high level. Let's execute. Let's figure out who can give us the best chance to win football games, and go do it.